Hello, so we're back, and today I am going to be making 2 cups that say this. It says she believed she could, so she did. And what I am going to need for this portion of the project is, of course, the 2 cups, glitter, Mod Podge, masking tape, alcohol, 2 of my sticks with the bases on there, paper towel, and a Sharpie. And I'll show you exactly what I'm going to do with all of this stuff. So, the first thing I am going to do is make the outline for the bottom of this. I think that for this one I'll bring it down a little bit more so it has more room up here, but bring it down a little bit more. And this is how I do that. The first thing I need to do is make sure that the glasses are cleaned off, as always. The first thing I'm going to do is take and put a line around here where I want the glitter to go. And so I just take 2 things that I have where I know that I want it to go with a Sharpie. And then I kind of like lay it flat, the Sharpie flat on here, and then just move it around in a circle. And this is going to be where I put the line for the masking tape. So I'll do both. And then what's going to have to happen is after that, I will put the tape around there so it can be on there. So I take tape, and then I put it around, take some off, and then I put it right on the edge of it, and it has to make it even, or I have to make it even, just so it can be like a straight line. So I go all the way around. And I leave some space in between because before I actually start the process with the glitter and the glue, I take off the extra Sharpie marks on there. So I go around with my finger, and then take that paper towel that I had, and then you're just going to wipe off the Sharpie. So now if you look, all of the Sharpie marks are gone off of there. And then do the same thing for the second one. Next thing I'm going to do is take my glue, and I have this, it holds paint, but I use it for my glue, my Mod Podge. Put some right in there. need a piece of paper to catch your excess glitter. Take my glitter, open it, and then what you're going to do is just go all the way around the whole cup. And you're going to get the whole bottom part of it with all of the glue, or in the glue for the glitter. And you make sure that you cover every little spot of it. And I love this color. This was the first color that I used to start glittering. So you can see that it's covered for the most part. And if you see any spots on here that is not covered, then you just want to take it back around just to make sure. And then also the bottom's not done, so either you can take it down on there like that, and that covers it, but I like to do it like this. But whatever floats your boat. And then take it, and you're going to tap it so that you can tap the excess off. And then immediately after you're done, you're going to just take the tape off. And then it just goes in the garbage. And one thing that I like to do is also, you see with those excess glue, just gently go around it. And I messed it up right there, but I can fix it. Just to get that excess glue off. Sorry. So here we go. And I see that part right there, and I will fix it when we do the second layer of it. Put that off to the side. Okay, so we are back, and it's been about 30 minutes. And what I'm going to do is do the second layer of glitter. And as you can see, what I did was I just took a random, some plastic that I had left over from a package, and I put the brush with the glue holder so that it doesn't dry out, so I don't waste, because like I said, I hate waste. And so what we are going to do is take more masking tape and make sure this time that I take out the amount that I need. And it's stuck on here, but it's okay. So I'm gonna take this, and then once again, we're gonna put this right underneath where we already put the glitter the last time. And this just makes it easier, so there's no mistakes or anything like that. And I know that some people don't like doing this, but I like doing it because it wipes off the excess that doesn't get into the glue. So I just take a brush and I just go around it. And what I'm doing is honestly just wiping off the excess. And it's not a lot, but it's enough that it'll get in the glue. And I don't want that, so. And then I take my brush, and this time it's gonna take a lot more. So I'll just take my brush and I saturate it. And you see how it's soaking it in? And then you can even see on the brush how some of it comes off. And just imagine how much it would be if I didn't wipe off the excess. So take that. And then just go around the whole thing. Once again, I will let this dry for 30 minutes, like I said before, another 30 minutes, and then I'll come back and I'll put my first coat of the dishwasher safe Mod Podge. It's not this one. You can use this for the sealer if you wanted to, but I want to use the dishwasher safe one, and because on here it says that it's a water-based sealer as well, and you can use it as a finish, but I like to use the dishwasher safe one, and that makes it so that these cups can actually go in the dishwasher. And once I'm finished, what I'll do is go wash off the current, this Mod Podge, and then wash this out and let it dry, and then I'll come back in 30 minutes and then we'll do the second or the first coat of the dishwasher safe Mod Podge. Okay, so we're back, and it's been overnight, so I kept it, I didn't feel like coming back and doing it last night, so I just kept it overnight. And if you look at them, they are completely dry, and of course some of the sprinkles or the glitters coming off. So what I'm going to do is, once again, brush this off using this brush, brush the excess off using this brush, and then I'm going to use the dishwasher safe Mod Podge and put 2 coats on it, but I'm just going to do the first coat right now. So we're going to take this brush that I have and go around and just brush off the excess. And then the next step is, what I'm going to do is go and do the letters or the words that I'm going to put on here. And so I measured this so that I can figure out how large I want the letters to be. And so from the edge of the glitter to the top of the cup, it's about a little over 2.5. So I don't want to make it bigger than, I would say, 2.5, the length 2.5, and then the width around 3. So I will go to the design space and make the letters, and I'll show you how to do that. And then the next step after that is to print it out and put the words on the cup. Okay, so this is how I measure out what I'm gonna cut or use for the Cricut. And for this, I am using the Cricut holographic vinyl opal, and this is what it looks like. So I remember I measured it out, and it's no longer than 3 feet, or sorry, 3 inches. The length is 3 inches, and then if you can see, this is 6, and then go across, it was 5. So again, this is around 6.5. So I know that it's going to be long enough. And so I know that I don't like to waste, but for this, just because it's already cut, what I will do is take my handy dandy material cutter, the Cricut cutter, and weave it through here, and I'll just use this whole piece. And so then try and like line it up, and it'll slice. And then there you go for that part. And this little cutting thing has a blade right there. It's little, you really can't see it a lot, but that's what I use. And I will have the link for that one as well. And then I put this back to the side. take my strong grip mat, and I use this with something and some stuff got stuck on there, so you have to excuse the sticky, but it can be cleaned off. And I take this and I put it right on the edge, as close to the edge as possible. And then I take my handy brayer. And for the holographic, I use this strong grip because sometimes it comes up. And the next step, I'll just go across this so that it's sticking all the way down. And then the next step is to put it on the Cricut machine.
Hello, so I wanted to show you all how I convert my images so that I can bring it over to Cricut Space. So what I want to do is first go to convertio.co, and I'm going to choose my file. And then I have to just remember where it is. I know that I can type it in. She believed. There we go. So this is going to convert the JPEG to a SVG. So I go right here where it says to, and then click SVG, and then click convert. And it's uploading right now. And so once it's finished, it'll pop over to the next page. It says conversion complete, and then download. And so once it downloads, I'm going to look at it just to see, to make sure that it is what I need it to be, and then I'll save it. Okay, hey everybody, so what I'm going to show you now is how I got the words for my cup, and I already have it downloaded and everything, but I just wanted to show you the steps that I took. So I want to go to upload, and then this is the actual document that I want, but I'll show you exactly how I got it to come over here. So I went to upload, and then I clicked on browse. And then I actually converted this from a JPEG to in the SVG. So I'll click in this so that you can see it. And then I know that it's one of these because, well, I created it twice, but this, I'll click on this one and then click open. And it should populate. So here we go. And right now it's a cut. And like I said, I already have this, so it's there. So since I converted it from a JPEG to an SVG, it pretty much cleans up everything for me. So we're going to go back and just click this one and insert image. And sometimes it takes a little bit, but since I know that I don't want the whole image, I just want the letters or the words. You have to make sure that it's highlighted or selected, and then you click ungroup, and then you click the images that you want to take off and just delete those off. And I know that I don't want the butterflies, and like I said, I only want the actual words, the phrase, she believed she could, so she did. And after I delete everything that I don't want, I select all, and then I'm going to group them together and take it over to the side right on the corner. I measured the cup, and I know that I want it to be no more than 3 inches wide and 2.5 inches long. So I'm gonna make it what I can, but I want it to be a little wider. And so I'll go over here and unlock it right here where the lock is, and then I will, let's see if I can make this 2.5 and see how it looks. Okay, so for me that looks good. And what I want to do is also, once I create it to be what I want, make sure that I lock it again so that it doesn't mess up anymore. And then go down to the bottom, and we're going to weld this together. And after that, what I'm going to do is duplicate it because I have 2 cups, and put them side by side. And once I'm done with that, what I will do is go over to Make It and click Make It. And this shows me exactly how it's going to show, or it's going to appear on the mat when I put the vinyl on there. And so what I'm going to do is cut the vinyl. When I cut the vinyl, I'm going to make it around 3 inches and a little over the 5 inches, just so it can fit the full 2 letters, or the 2 phrases. And then I'm going to go down to the bottom right hand corner and click Continue. And right now it's searching for my my Cricut machine. And so what I'm also going to do to search for the material. I have my Cricut currently set on custom, so this will always pop up. And I'm going to go down until I get to the holographic. And it says the premium vinyl holographic. So I click on that and then click done once it's checked off. And then I always make sure to put on the pressure to put more, especially for this one. And then after this, right now my the double arrow, like you see right here, is blinking. So I'll actually show you that process of what I do after this.
Okay, so as you can see, the arrows are blinking, and that just means that I need to insert the vinyl. So I take it and I make sure that it goes under both of these on each side, and I kind of push it in a little bit to make sure that it catches. And then I click the arrow, and then it loads, and then you'll see the C start blinking, so I click that. And then you're going to see the next step with the Cricut actually looking. Okay, so the next step is once it's done, it'll start blinking it again. So in order to release it, I click it and it'll release. And there you go. Okay, so once it's laid out and out of the machine, the next step is to go over it with a brayer one more time. And if you can see, some of it kind of came up, and I'm not for sure why it does that, but it's okay. And then what I like to do also is cut off the excess, just so I can keep it for later. And so I take my X-Acto knife and my ruler and get underneath the lettering so I can save as much as possible, and then slice through with the X-Acto knife. Sometimes it's kind of flimsy right now, but there we go. You can see this kind of sticking on there, and that's because this is the strong grip. So I turn this over and I peel away, and it didn't go through like I wanted it to, but oh well. Okay, so I actually did it over, if you can see it, because it wasn't acting right. So I'm gonna peel this off and see if this is better. And then I take the transfer tape off. And actually I'm gonna leave a little bit on because I know that I'm not gonna need all of it. Take one of these and just situate it on the transfer tape. And I like to reuse stuff too, so that's why I want to make sure it's still clean. Take the brayer and then flip it over. And then actually let me move this over just a little bit. But we're gonna peel from the corner slowly but surely. And then just make sure there's nothing left on here. See? And then take the cup, flip it over, and since there's nothing on either side, I could just really put this wherever I want. And I just want to make sure I'm putting it in a clean area. So that looks about right. And I'm kind of eyeballing it. And actually, let me make sure I do this right because I don't want it to be crooked. So what you want to do is start from the middle and work your way out, because this is a curved surface, so it's kind of difficult to get everything down all at once. So that's what I'm doing now. It's just using my hand. So brush it on there. I know I can see some spots that need to be fixed. I'm taking it from the corner and bringing it down. And this one didn't stick on there. Slowly but surely. And then put that to the side. And then if you can see, there's parts of it that is still sticking up and stuff like that. And so what I will do, I like to take my weeding tool, kind of lift it up. And then let it fall where it's supposed to. And I'll let this sit for a couple of days. Typically you want to let the glitter part cure for like 3 to 7 days, and then let this cure a little bit more too, so it's not as easy to take this part off. Some people like to put a sealant over it. I don't. And then I'll clean up like the lines and stuff around it, and that's what it looks like, both of them. Alrighty.